My name is Amir, and I've been married for a year and a half. My wife found you through her therapist. Our marriage was really suffering, and we were wanting to try anything. She had told me about hypnotherapy. It became highly recommended, so I thought I would give it a try. In a crisis in my marriage, my wife was doing hypnotherapy, and she was finding that it was transforming for her. And I had done therapy in the past, so I thought I would give hypnotherapy a try. The problem that I was having was reoccurring problems that I'd had in my past. I was married once before, and it worked until it didn't, because there wasn't enough in the tank for it to go any further, because I didn't have the tools. And I can only speak about myself, but problems were I was guarded, I didn't trust, trouble communicating. I was having trouble trying to appease my partner, but not satisfying my own masculine power or energy. So there was a sort of imbalance of the relationship that way. I've had this problem my whole life, I come to find. You, Alicia, helped me uncover stuff, realizing that these were patterns that were in my subconscious. What I'm learning with you is how to be independently strong on my own, to care for myself. I like that analogy of pull down the face mask, save myself so I can save everyone around me. What I was doing was trying to save everyone around me first. So codependency mixed with being guarded. I would go to therapy. I've been to therapy my whole life. I got into therapy when my parents divorced and I was 14. Therapy in the past has failed for me because I just would go and listen and talk and feel good. Come back to my life, interaction with friends, family, colleagues, wife, and I was still doing the same thing. I still had the same pattern. With you, I've learned to create new reference points, new patterns, new processes by which I do things. And I wanted to have a good, happy, healthy life in relationships. It's been one of my goals. And with you, Alicia, there's more of a proactiveness. There's more of a way to break things off every week that I can do, as opposed to in the past sit and talk to someone face to face. But the practical part never connected, and my life has been better and everyone around me sees it. Therapy failed me in the past because, again, there wasn't a practical application. And if I can make a metaphor, it's I can sit and listen to a lecture. I may retain some of it, but unless you go into the lab and you apply that practical knowledge, you're not really going to learn it as much. But as I'm starting to answer these questions, I'm arriving at my own conclusions, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I've been doing this so wrong. I start to see that through your practices, I'm aware of my ego or my codependency. As I'm answering these questions or doing homework or listening to hypnosis, I'm being made aware of it. It comes to the surface. And once it comes to the surface, it's like my oil light came on. Okay, I need to put oil in. Okay, Amir, you need to throttle back your ego and not try and prove your point, but listen to your partner. And that's been huge. So it's more of a practical application with your methods. I thought it was a joke.
Why is that?
I thought hypnotherapy, you lay down and someone says, act like a chicken, and then you get up and you act like a chicken. I didn't think anything could be done while you were necessarily not conscious. Learned with you is the subconscious is so much more powerful. I wonder why we fall back into these relationships. And at my age, I realized, okay, now it's me choosing these paths that lead me to the same result. Me telling you what my problems are, you come back as a doctor and say, here's your ailments, here's what you need to resolve your ailments. Versus just giving me a pill and making it magically go away. I'm doing the work. I'm doing a subconscious also, because you're bringing that again to the surface of what plagues me. Through hypnotherapy, look at why we have these habits and why these habits cause us to have problems that keep reoccurring. In the beginning, I was frustrated, so I thought I was right and you were wrong. You're obviously professional, trying to help me, brought these things to light, the issues that I'm having. And it takes a certain type of place in your life to say, I really want my marriage to work. And luckily I have a partner who's totally willing to also make changes in her life. I can see it as clear as day now. So the experience has been really good. I see when I'm living in my ignorant and my low self, where I'm not necessarily thinking clearly, being made aware of what the light is, the awareness of, if I live here and I think that way, has proven that my marriage bears fruit. And again, my family, my wife has seen a transformation. I put new tires and suspension on this thing and I'm performing better. Really equipped. I feel like I've had to learn a new language with you. You'll tell me something and then I have to process it through my language, me knowing what I need to do to make my life, my career, my marriage, the relationship with my children better. Seeing the results with my children, with my ex-wife, with my wife, with people I interact with, really powerful and worth its weight in gold. A fruitful life, my wife being able to live in her feminine, myself living in my divine masculine, but also being comfortable with that. But now I'm not only seeing that I can make my marriage better, but I can also take my career to new heights. Possibilities are endless now, I feel. Having the tools to deal with conflict that won't allow our marriage to just go right back into where it was. Now we have a new plane. We have a new plane. That's exciting. So I'm really excited because in the past, my relationships always took the same path. And I know now with what I'm learning and what my wife is learning through the same practices is we'll have this new opportunity to grow our relationship. I would say get help. I would say talk about it. Don't let it go unresolved. And a true believer of working with a professional with subconscious work because of its power. With you, Alicia, I found that it's not the other person. It's me. I've created a pattern in my life. As you say, the karma, we have to burn through it. So your problems, you can leave that marriage, but you will find it again. Unless you work on yourself and get the proper kind of guidance and kind of realign your wheel and make it run true as it can, continue to run into those problems. So important to address the issues inside yourself. For you, for your spouse, for your children, for your loved ones. You get married for a reason. You get married to stay married. Divorce is awful. It takes work. It's like a garden. You have to do the work every day. You can't just leave it and then do it once a month, because then you're going to hate doing yard work. You're going to hate being married. But if you sit and work on your garden every day, it's going to bear fruit and it's going to be beautiful and you're going to enjoy it. Saving my marriage and my relationship with my children, to have a long-lasting, loving relationship and grow old with my partner. That's what I want. That's what I think most people want in their marriage. So I feel like seeing a therapist, I think everyone's past the stigma of, well, I'm troubled, I'm going to a therapist, and keep that in the dark. People now bring it to the light, and I share it with people, and I say, with Alicia, and she brings to light these subconscious demons and things that pull me down, and it's been life-changing. It's been transforming for me. We don't go to the gym one time to get in shape and that's it. We go, it's a constant kind of maintenance. So I'm really happy with the progress.
Thank you so much, Amir.